to be enjoyed.
I see your point.
Hey, everybody. All right, we're on now. We are not streaming today live, so if you're watching this on Twitch, it's because I'm replaying it. Because, man, we were just having a hard time with the internet down here in the basement, so we're just have to run a line down or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Get a direct line down here.
Yeah, we can punch a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, just punch a hole straight through. But that brings us to my next point. Hi. We're playing in the Dragon's Keep basement in Orem. And having a lot of fun. We've been playing here for over a year now, and we have an ongoing D&D game that we play every...
Several times a month.
7 out of 8, 6 out of 8 weeks.
We try every week.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way.
Yeah.
But we're here on Monday nights from 7 to 9. If you would like to play with us, send me an email at dragonskeeptv@gmail.com, and we will get you on the game. We love it. We love having guests on. I've got another one lined up, maybe next week, maybe the week after, so that'll be fun.
Cool.
It's actually Eric.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
So.
Right. Somebody you know that?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, we play every Friday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, what it would be like to be single and be able to play?
He is not. No, we just.
I'm just talking about you in general. You're
You're playing.
Yeah, you're playing 3 weeks a game, or
3 weeks a game.
I think I said that last time too.
Yeah.
3 games a week.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 3 weeks a game. That's just the saying now.
So anyway, if you're watching this on Twitch, I'm watching the chat. Go ahead and chat with us. I will answer, and it'll be a lot of fun. We were just wrapping up a Magic the Gathering discussion, and we're actually not even going to talk about D&D tonight because we are playing a different game. As you can see in our middle screen there, I have the camera pointed at an ominous-looking, black-painted Jenga tower, and that can only mean that we're playing Dread. Because it's close to Halloween, and Dread is my favorite Halloween game. So, I've actually written up a scenario that is actually published on DriveThruRPG. If you're interested, you can search for Dread scenarios on DriveThruRPG. You can look for BR McKay, which is the name I publish under. And yeah, I think I've got 3 up on there right now, and if you search for Dread scenarios, one of them will pop up to the top. You can look at those. But it's a lot of fun. I love this game. My birthday is in October, on the 26th, and so I always have a game night where we pull this out and play through a different scenario that I've written. So it works with any good horror scenario. So nobody here has played this, right?
I've never played this
Never
game.
played it.
Sam was super nervous. Jason was like, what do I need to bring? I'm like, nothing. What are you talking about?
I was nervous. Kill Jack. Let's go.
So we're going to go over the rules basically really quick. And I've got them up on the screen for people to see. But I'm just going to explain them to everybody here. Here we go. So these are... Dread is played with a Jenga tower in place of dice. All right? And I like to say, and this is not my quote, this is from the book itself, but Dread is a game of horror and hope. All right?
Okay.
It was designed by 2 guys who came up with the idea and were like, oh, this is great. And they wrote out the rule book and everything, got it published. Epediah Ravachol and Nathaniel Barmore. And it's published under The Impossible Dream is the name of the company.
They sound like people who would write a horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a name like Epediah, you have very limited career options, right?
Serial killer.
Yeah.
Horror director.
Horror director.
He's actually a really cool guy. I've talked to him.
This is all.
He chose the path of good. He chose horror director.
He did.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have gone down a different route.
Then we all have.
Yep. And yeah, I've talked to him on Twitter. He gave me permission to publish my scenarios and stuff because DriveThruRPG was like, you gotta have permission for this. I'm like, it's got an open gaming license thing on it, and like, no, you still gotta get permission. So I was like, well, I hope this works, and I sent him a DM on Twitter, and he was nice enough to reply and said, yeah, of course, that was the whole point. And I said, let me just copy and send this email.
Let me prove.
Here's some screenshots, and boom, I was up.
Nice.
And so it was good. Anyway, they made a great game. It's best suited towards horror or thriller one-shots.
Love horror and thriller. So.
Because let me bring up the thing on my laptop here.
Because
so I
the
can read.
characters don't live very long.
Because they don't. I'm going to read exactly what's on here because you guys can't see it.
Whenever it came out, so good.
But you rely on the Jenga tower for your success. You succeed, anything that you would roll for, I'm going to ask you to pull a block from the tower.
This can only end in tears.
You succeed if
Come on, it's a kindergarten game.
you successfully pull the block out and place it on the top, and the tower doesn't fall over. So boom, that's a crit. You did it.
So the trick is to just roll as little as possible.
It's kind of it, but you can't get through a session without rolling something. Because I'm going to ask you to roll for stuff. So,
I stand there.
If we
if you
knock it over?
if you knock over the tower, your character is removed from the game, never to return. Most often that means that your character dies. There's some other things that could happen. We got mind flayers and stuff here, so that's fun too. But
Right.
but your character's out. And you play the rest of the time as a ghost. You don't make any more pulls.
Nice.
But you get
That
to
sounds fun.
to hang out and
Heckle.
other people.
This is going on.
Jack is gonna go be a bad ghost, guys. Don't let Jack die.
But
People will mess with you.
most times your character dies. I've played games that are based on different scenarios. I played one that I wrote that's kind of a pseudo expanse scenario. That's kind of fun. So you can die in all sorts of
Such a cool
dumb
story.
ways out in space. I've got another one that we did that's an Egyptian themed one, and so you could die by all sorts of stuff under the pyramids.
So
And,
are we playing our D&D
we
characters?
are playing our D&D
Oh,
characters.
good.
Yes.
But really, is this an alternate universe, or is this just what's going to happen?
Your
A
characters
nightmare?
could be death, could be insanity,
Oh,
could be
okay.
some other horrible fate. Most often death, though. That's why it's good for one shots.
All right.
If you knock over the tower by accident, then like you place it and it's sitting there and then you like accidentally bump the table or something like that. I'm just going to decide what happens to your character. And
So don't bump the
yeah.
table.
Somewhere
However,
else knocks it over.
What if it falls over and nobody's touched it?
it's kind of whoever the last
whoever
person
last-
was.
Whoever touched it last.
Or whoever like breathed on it wrong. That whoever looked at it funny.
Breathe this way.
Yeah. There is one caveat to all of this, though. If you're at a place where it's life or death anyway, and you want to have your character make the heroic sacrifice, you can purposely knock over the tower. And at that point,
And then it restarts for everyone else.
it restarts for everybody else and gets a little bit easier. We're going to make some, depending on how far along on the story you are, we're going to make some pre-pulls
See,
on things.
this is why this is a bad idea to play our D&D characters.
But you will succeed on...
Because
on-
Zafrina always ends up 1v1ing the boss.
I'm so excited for that. So excited for that.
You'll have a cheer squad.
Good. That'll help.
Ghost.
Just be the first one to die. You'll be fine.
So that's basically the rules. I'm going to tell a story. It's all narrative.
Yeah.
And anytime you want to do something heroic or whatever, I'm just going to say, okay, make a pull from the tower. Or sometimes maybe even like, that's kind of complicated, make 2 pulls from the tower. That can happen too.
I feel like Huggles and Jack are gonna be the ones to die first.
No, we'll pull all the early ones, and then they'll die.
Yeah, there we go. Huggles and Jack for the win.
We're going to be really creative this session though. And we're not good. Well, you might be bringing an extra character next time. We'll see.
Yeah, let me know if I need to re-roll a character.
What's the rule on Jenga? Like, if you touch one, does it have to be that one?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm getting a bloody nose.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Don't die yet.
It's just weather change.
Yeah, it's dry. No, you can poke around all you want. The only actual rule, there's 2 rules about the tower. The first rule is that you can't take from the top 3 rows.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So those
Top
always have to
3.
counting the one that's in progress. But
Well, because you take it out and then you put it
put it on
up,
the top,
right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you will eventually be able to take from those.
yes,
Right,
as you
yeah,
go
yeah,
up.
yeah.
But whatever the top 3 are, those ones are off limits from taking from. Which I've found anyway that like that's up at the top of the center of gravity now, so you really don't want to poke around at those too much.
Yeah.
The other rule is that you have to use one hand.
Ooh.
You can poke around all you want. You can abandon the roll anytime you want, abandon the pull, and say, you know what? I'm just going to fail at this one. I'm not going to try and pull.
Okay.
And
We
that,
don't want to crit fail.
yeah, your character might get injured. It would get harder later on, something like that.
Okay.
But you can abandon it and say, you know, this isn't a life or death thing, and I can't find any good things to use. So
Yeah.
but yeah, you can poke around all you want
Okay.
and find the one that works for you. So yeah. Oh, there. Yeah, I was just saying that you're free to poke around all you want. The only two rules are that you can not take from the top 3 rows at the top of the tower,
Okay.
You can't
which
use
is
two
usually a bad
hands.
idea anyway. And you're only supposed to use one hand. We're not going to be too strict about that because this is the first time I've actually used this tower. I've got another one at home that's
A little more well loved.
it's a it's a little more warped anyway. So there's a
So
lot
you
of
think
things. There's
this
a bunch
one's
of like weird loose ones in there.
Oh, okay.
This one's weighted down.
I don't know. We're about to find out. So
And you can choose not to pull and say, I'm just going to fail at this.
yeah,
And then-
Rather than like
Rather than
crit fail.
Yeah.
yeah. Say whatever you're doing is not necessarily life or death. You can be like, I
After
can't
you,
really find
and this
anything.
is even after you can expect and try to find one. If
Yeah.
you just don't like it, you can say, "I'll
Abandon it anytime.
Yeah.
That's totally
Interesting.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now
So-
you've got a gimp leg or something.
or whatever. Or you don't learn what you wanted to learn, or whatever.
Huggles actually.
You can even
shot
have
him.
a piece half poken out if you want to leave it that way. I don't know. You guys
I
can
think if you get
decide.
it halfway, you should be able to get it all the way.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have a lot of weight on it.
You would think that.
Yeah.
Then it binds up at the back.
It's wood. It's not stone. It'll
Yeah.
catch because it's got grain.
All right, let's play.
Okay.
I'm excited.
So yeah, let's start. Here we go. When we last left you guys, had left. You had gone up to Freeholm, and were trading and
Yeah, these guys are
getting
gonna do
stuff
merchant trade.
ready for your voyage. You're heading up the river, and at this point now you have made it to the base of Dragon's Keep Mountain.
Okay.
You're starting your climb up there. 2 of you have actually been up there before. Jack and Eddie have both made the trek up there. But as far as you guys know, people don't go up there and find the top.
Yeah.
A lot of people try.
Yeah, I wanted treasure.
It takes a little
I
bit
just
to
found books.
yeah.
It's
some
what
special-
it's what you find often.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Jack finds all sorts of books.
I don't know why.
All the
Jack just
time.
always hunts the books.
Useless dead trees.
They don't even have pictures on them.
Gosh.
Just words.
As you are starting up, the weather has turned a little cold, and the sun is starting to go down over the tops of just behind you, because you're heading east. So the sun still goes down on the west here. So to your back, the sun is setting back behind you, and the weather has turned a little foul. It's gotten chilly, and the first tinges of that cold bite in the air has come around you. As you're heading up, what are you doing? What are you guys watching out for?
I mean, I don't really.
So, I mean, this is so the way that we found this before. Essentially, we just tried to find it, and for those people who don't, they are not revealed the illusion at the end. They're just led astray. So there should be a point, as long as we continue traveling, that Lady Savannah will reveal herself and the dragon and the keep, because she does want us there. We're not being warded. At least I don't think so.
Right, we're being summoned.
Yes, correct. So that's what I would suggest that we do, is just continue to try to make our way up the best we can, and eventually the path will be shown.
Is there a specific path we should tread?
As close as Eddie can get him is what he's doing. I think it's somewhere around here. Yep. So.
Wonderful.
Yeah. It's too bad we don't have
last time, so.
Kelvin with you?
Kelvin with us, but you know.
It's true. You don't have your ranger with you to
No.
help you up the mountain this time.
I could play some music to, I don't know, ward off enchantments.
Okay.
You think that would help?
What's that?
You think that would help?
No.
When the DM's smiling, it's already too late.
It's too late. If you would like to do that, go ahead and make a pull from the tower.
Do it. You're playing music. I mean,
You got it, dude. This is the easiest one. Yeah, no one's touched it.
Number 1.
Pull. Oh, I don't want to pull that one out. There we go. That's the one I want to pull out. Oh, come back. Oh, wait, one hand.
One hand at a time. You can switch hands, whatever you want.
You just can only use one hand at a time. Yeah.
Hey, no, put it back up on top.
You're gonna put it on the top,
yeah.
on the side.
Just put some.
Just keep it.
I'll just hang on to
This is the first one.
All right.
Frame it
Huggles turns the
with bagpipes.
exactly. That's where I was going.
That's why. It scares everything
as you're
away.
climbing up the side of the mountain now, you feel very Scottish, and heading up into the Highlands as you are taking the high road.
We're all dressed like pirates and an admiral.
Well, actually, I was going to say Eddie is going to change his armor,
Okay.
his glamour armor, to make it look like he's wearing some big like snowsuit of some kind that would keep him warm in this. Does it
Okay.
help?
You mean like Christmas Story big or?
No, not imitating, but nice and rough, outer gear.
All right.
Does it help with,
To-
with the temperature?
Yeah. You feel nice.
All right, great.
More
Let's go.
than just illusion.
Yeah,
If you feel warm, you are
of
warm.
course.
Think warm thoughts.
Yeah.
As you're climbing up, you come across a trail.
Okay.
And at first you think, oh, this is great. Now, who's got the most nature survivaling type?
Eddie has a high
+6
wisdom.
Okay.
survival.
So my survival, I think, is +8. Because
Okay.
he's got a skill in it and
Oh, nice.
he's got
Yeah,
+1.
mine's
So,
a +6.
Eddie, you're climbing up and you think, this is great. We found a trail. It's curving back and forth, headed up. And then you notice that there's wheel ruts in it, and that seems odd that somebody would bring a wagon up. up
Lots
the
of
mountain.
wagons, though, too, right? Or is it just a singular?
It's tracks. It's probably a couple.
Okay.
Probably a couple.
So up and down.
Maybe. So that's odd. We don't normally see wagons up in this area.
Yeah, and you see other tracks, animals, and people as you start looking around as well too. You see people are headed up here ahead of you.
Oh.
They're a couple days
Do I
old.
have
maybe.
Woodscraft to know how long? A couple of days, you
Yeah.
said? A couple of days?
Probably a couple days old.
Well, we're chasing up on a group of people. So, do we run into any of their camps or anything?
As you're headed up,
Are we going to
Like
take
their
them
old
out?
camps? Depends on who they are.
Like on a date.
Yeah, Huggles, that's what
If they're kind and they have like some of those
I say as I play with the
changing
dagger.
beasts, we'll probably attack them. But if they're not, then
That's fine.
all right.
Combat. It's gonna be so awful.
As you're headed up, though, you come across a landslide, a gravel landslide. One of you is going to have to try and find a safe way across it to kind
we're
of
gonna
forge
do
the
that.
path for the others.
Can I do like acrobatics?
You do it however you tell me you want to do it.
I
I'm
just
going to
gotta
tell you
pull
to
a
pull
thing.
something from the tower.
Can I don't know how this works in this version of the game, but can I offer some kind of like guidance?
Let them use two
Guidance
hands.
is not going to help. Yeah, sure, you can use 2 hands. That'd be good. But guidance
we'll
isn't
try.
going to do too much for us.
all right, bring us up, Jack. Get us across, brother.
So I can't do top 3.
Yeah. You can poke around at whatever you want, though.
Got it.
I love how quiet it gets.
Everyone's so worried.
Well, I actually just had some ideas. I think I know how I'm gonna do guidance.
Okay, good.
So.
You poke around at some
Like
Some loose ones?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up and be like, loose, 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 loose.
Like the pottery scene in Ghost.
Oh, hey, no,
Okay, stop.
you can't do trademark music.
Sorry.
It's a good thing none of us.
Okay, so what does Jack do to get across this?
You know, I think he would probably like look at it and be like, "Oh yeah, this is easy. Just jump here."
Oh, and just show us all.
Yep.
Oh, right. Okay.
Did you guys catch that on
Yeah.
the other side?
All right. Yeah. Eddie will go over it.
All right.
If you need help, I can go back and
With-
get some rope.
With the path shown to you now, it's not too bad to make it across. On the other side, Eddie, do you want to try and pick up the trail again?
Well, I probably should. Yes. Right. So I will take a
ahead
look at
and-
the trail.
go ahead and make a
Hang on.
pull.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make a pull. That's fine.
You got this.
Here.
Nice. So far, so good.
All right. A couple minutes looking around, you can see where the path picked up.
Okay.
Clearly, the rock slide happened sometime after they came through, so it's fairly recent. As you're headed up, who's the most in touch with just the Fey world or the spirit stuff? Is that gonna be
Me.
Sabrina, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely not Jack.
Well, I have the actual Fey-touched feet. Like, she
Yeah.
lived in the Feywild for a while.
You start to get this, like the hair standing up on the back of your neck kind of feeling. And
It's probably nothing.
Never trust those feelings.
Ignore it.
this spider sense of yours
Especially if it
is
comes from
just
you.
enough that you can warn whoever's in the front that something bad is about to happen. Who's up in the front?
Probably Eddie. He was looking
I'm
for
the one looking for the trail and
Yeah,
you're
right.
leading everybody. I think I know where I'm
I
going.
just.
Okay.
I think we're being watched.
Okay.
How do you react?
To her saying, I think we're being watched. I don't know. Cast Spirit Guardians. It's the only thing I can think of. Well, I mean, with my 19 passive, do I pick up anything after that warning?
You look ahead, and all of a sudden the trail ahead of you
Mm-hmm.
just erupts in this like cloud of white snow as this grizzly bear comes barreling down the trail directly at you.
Okay.
Let's have you make a pull to jump out of the way.
All right. Sure. Me?
Yep.
Eddie? Who's after?
I'll play vigorously so you can use 2 hands.
Does Death Ward do anything for me? Reset the jank tower?
Yeah.
All right. The bear comes. You leap just out of the way. The bear comes barreling through into the group, into the middle of you guys, and then rises up onto its haunches and howls. Roar!
I looked at him really confused. That was terrible.
Show me another one. Jack will roar back at it.
Do we do combat
Yeah.
in this?
What do you want to do?
Then, yeah, I will.
Oh,
I will
I'd
cast Spirit
attack.
Guardians for
Okay.
sure.
All right.
I definitely would attack.
All right, Jack. Go ahead and you pull out your sword, your rapier. Make a pull.
All right, sneak attack. I don't want to put my foot down.
Stay on target.
Almost there.
All right, got it.
All right,
Shots
you.
away.
Eddie's spirit guardians. What are they looking like now?
They're the Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Eddie's spirit guardians are mixing in with the snow,
Mhm.
and you come in for a sneak attack and get it, and catch it right in the ribs. It roars and turns the other way, and looks over at at Zafrina and Huggles. And it's going to attack. I need the dice just to
Decide.
eeny, meeny, miny, mo. But I don't think Zafrina's pulled yet in a little while, so it leaps over at Zafrina.
Silver barbs.
Silver. Do you want to dodge and silver bar, or do you want to take the hit and silver, or you want to silver barbs it? You want to take the hit and let's rebuke it or something? Or?
How would silvery barbs work in this instance?
In this case, it would just protect you, but I'm still gonna have to have you make a pull from the tower to cast it.
I'll try and just get out of the way.
Okay.
We might as well save our spell slots for something else.
Okay. Go ahead and
Don't die.
I'll do my best. Make no promises.
You got this. I believe in you. I do love how quiet it gets.
It's so good.
It's because I want to see what's hard and what isn't. You know.
All of them on this side.
Yeah, you guys are making a nice little ladder there.
Yeah, but what the problem with it is that it's increasing pressure on every other level, and so the center one on every other level is harder to get out now. So only the.
I like that bottom one still like.
I know, I'm barely on
Yes.
it.
All right, Zafrina dives out of the way.
I'll have to, that's a good point. I might start.
The bear drops down to all fours, and he's starting to come up to Huggles and snarling at you. And suddenly, a sharp, high-pitched howl pierces the mountain air. This haunting cry.
Does it sound like another one of these bears?
No, it's high-pitched. It's ah! That's a terrible cry, but there you go.
Banshee-like?
Banshee-like is the best way to describe that. Yes.
Sounds like a riot.
Perhaps maybe. So
The bear stands up straight up and is like frozen and like looks back, and you can almost see like fear in his eyes.
Can we ride the bear?
I want to look around,
Right.
Yeah.
but not at the bear, or even at the source of the noise. We're walking through a little trail, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And sheer cliffs on both sides,
Not sheer, no.
but we're walking through kind of a valley.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's any snow or anything else that's being disturbed, because we already had one recent avalanche.
Okay.
So we potentially could have more from something like a giant shriek.
Okay. As you're looking around, you're fairly certain that you're safe here. Nothing is coming at us.
Avalanching.
So
From
that's
the
smart.
snow.
Okay.
The bear drops back down to all fours and turns away from Huggles and then barrels down.
I can't
Fear
jump
takes
onto
hold
the
of
bear.
it.
And because it's in character, not because I expect anything different, I'll cast Death Ward.
Death Ward.
Can I jump on the bear?
if you want to pull and you want to ride down the mountain. It's heading
Oh,
down.
wait, he's right. Okay, never
He's
mind.
heading
I thought
down
he was heading back
away
down.
from the. He's
You
heading
might
away
live
from
that
the
way.
noise.
Jack's
Going down the
afraid to
mountain.
die. I thought he was going to back up, so I'm good.
Oh, okay. Who was the last person that had like a touch with death? Who was the last guy that went down?
I think Eddie.
Was it Eddie?
Didn't Eddie go down when we were fighting?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't think Jack has gone down.
Yeah, no, it was when we were.
When was the last fight we were in? It was on the ship.
There was the Beholder. There was the.
The Beholder,
It
nobody
was
looked
before
at.
the Beholder.
No, the ship. The last fight was the ship with the. You guys turned into a giant ape, and you're fighting the sharks.
Yeah. That was the very last one.
Yeah.
But
I
And the Beholder
remember
before that.
Huggles going down once, but I don't remember when that was.
Mind Flayer and his cronies before that. So.
I got pretty low,
All right.
but I don't think I went to 0.
Huggles, this howl like pierces your mind,
Okay.
and you can hear something in it that's more than just like an animal. If you want to pull from the tower, I'll give you a better description of what it brings back
You
to
got
you.
the-
Of course I want to pull from the
Cool.
tower. Tower of Death.
yeah, I was telling you that one side has gotten really stiff.
For a minute, I was like, Huggles delved too deep. His mind is gonna.
Sweet. You're positive that's not an animal sound. Like Eddie, you think maybe that's just a coyote or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was whatever eats bears.
Right.
I mean,
No big deal.
right? It ran away. Clearly, that's what
I
we're
kind of
doing.
wanted to like charm.
Nothing to worry about.
I kind of wanted to charm.
I'm not
bear.
worried.
You want to
Stop
charm
it.
the
I
bear?
wanted to stop it from running for a little bit, but I think we'll pass on
I
that.
was gonna say,
option.
charm the bigger thing. The thing that would have eaten that, right?
Yeah. We'll use it as bait.
You guys have magic. We'll be fine.
So you disagree, and you think no, that's something that's like something that's dying, and not just dying, but like dying of hunger.
Oh.
So it's a
Those things are hungry. Come on.
It could be.
Hungry all the
Well,
time.
I love how that's the first thing.
The only way.
No, this is totally right up Huggles. Huggles who's never been out.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I love it. That's such a Huggle thing.
Did you read it? Did you read it? A werewolf book?
That was his favorite book.
There are only 3 books at home. So.
And you read all of them.
Hey, that's more than Jack's read. So
Okay.
But that's pretty much Safrina's reaction. Just
Yep. So
Jack almost believes you, and then he's like, "No, that doesn't make sense."
Can we continue on the path that we're on and,
Yeah.
and
What's
kind
your-
of avoid this thing or no? Like,
It
are-
is up. So the path is going back and forth and back and forth.
So it's up
the
there,
bear
so-
kind of just crashed in from uphill
Mhm.
side and just kept on going downhill, and it's
Up.
from uphill.
All right.
So
Let's
you
move
could
on.
probably assume that like the bear might have been running away from it originally, even.
Should we be stealthy?
So I will drop Spirit Guardians and I will cast Pass Without Trace, and we will move along.
do you want us to keep track of spell slots tonight?
Nah. No.
You're like, you're gonna die. Anyway.
The tower will take care of spell slots.
There's one component to that spell I think that we should implement.
What's
to
that?
pass without a trace? We'll have to do this.
Okay. So what's your marching order now? I need to
And he'll
do this.
continue to go in front. That's
All right.
just fine.
I'll be somewhere in the middle.
I'll take up the rear. That's
Okay.
fine.
Another mile up the trail, and suddenly you find yourself just enveloped in this world of biting cold as the wind picks up, and it's like rolling straight down the mountain at you. And as it's coming, it's picking up snow, and just the snow itself is just biting into your flesh now, like ice knives.
I will take out a torch
Carabras does not
and
want to see.
light it, and then I can use control flames
Okay, keep it going.
to keep it going and also keep it nice and warm and not consume
Okay.
too much.
Jack, you're back at the back, and you turn around to look behind you for a minute, and then when you look back, you notice that Zafrina's torch is now way up ahead. If you want to try and keep up and get caught up to them, I'm going to have you make a pull from the tower.
How far ahead? Can I tell?
It's hard to tell. Like you can't see them, you just see the light flickering.
So I
orange light
can
flickering up ahead of you.
Misty Step. Does that help?
Yep, pull from the tower.
You're going to have to pull not
Dang it.
Misty Step into a tree.
Okay.
It's like a golf ball trying to go through trees branches.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is it such a hard thing?
It might.
Because there's not a clear straight line through the tree
There's no
branches.
hole through the trees. Yeah.
Oh,
You
what
may have to.
happened there?
You may have to go to the sides on those ones that we've robbed the centers. The ones below. Maybe
Yeah,
the only way we
that's
can
what I
get
was
any
thinking.
moves.
I always get excited when. Sorry, I'm not going to talk while you're making the pull.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
The young pirate is making an attempt.
There we go.
It's a good shot.
Give me a bit of it.
And hush falls
That
over
one
the
got.
ground.
That was like. I was like almost there.
We'll pull from the tower and die.
Well, I'm like,
I always like it when you can get like
the
an
bottom
X,
ones because
like
you're
a cross,
right, like,
where
it's
two of
definitely-
the blocks are just like this.
Oh,
That's my
yeah.
favorite. When you get just the two middle blocks left.
Yeah.
The tower kind of rotates, spins around freely. So yeah, you misty step and appear right next to Zafrina, and there's a tree not like 6 inches, a tree trunk not 6 inches away from you, and you're like,
pat the tree.
whoa.
I'm gonna pat the tree a little bit. I lost you guys. Don't go so
Don't
fast.
do that.
I turned around for a second. Maybe. It could have been longer. It felt like a second.
How do you guys want to try and stay together?
I got rope.
Let's just
Yes.
Yeah. Let's just tie a rope. We all got
Okay.
a rope, right?
Oh,
10 feet
yeah,
between
yeah.
each.
I rope.
All right.
So if one gets one
If-
falls
if
off the
one
cliff, we
dies-
all fall off the cliff.
I still have Misty Step. I will miss out.
Yeah, I'll be fine. You're like, just side.
Zafrina and I will be okay.
I'm
We're
playing.
good.
I'm playing Zafrina.
Don't you have,
know
don't you have
exactly what
I
I'm
feather
doing.
fall the whole group.
I think
huh?
I have Misty Step actually.
I have Dimension Door. It's a way better Misty Step.
Is it a dimension door or is it dementia door? Which one is
It
it?
depends on how you use it.
Dimension Door.
All right,
Maybe go to
Huggles,
the
pull
DDB
some rope out.
website as well.
Let's have you make a
Oh,
pull
if
if
you
you want
don't have
to.
the app.
We'll see how well you can tie everybody together.
Oh,
Goals, make a poll.
I just barely installed it. What?
Make a poll.
What am I pulling for?
To tie everybody up well enough.
Don't we
If that's
wanna-
how you guys want to. You can hold hands if you want. I don't care, but
I need my hands.
Why am I the one tying the knots?
You're the one in the middle.
Well, oh man,
And you also haven't really done one in a while.
that's true.
Sorry, I'll try not to make you laugh.
Oh no, we're here. Oh, there we go. That's the one.
So what would have happened if you failed? Would we all have died?
No, these
No,
would have
it's
failed
just
the
him.
rope.
But since we're successfully tied together,
Now, nearly all die.
all right. Tied together and led by Zafrina's torch light, you guys continue on. The wind finally, after what seems like an eternity, subsides. And as it does, you notice that the sun is just going down over the mountains off to the
I
west.
knew it. Werewolves.
Every time it sets it.
Should we find a place to make camp? Or do we want to go through the night?
I've never been to where we're going, so
Yeah.
you tell me how much fun.
Let's go until it gets full dark, and then and maybe the path will be revealed by then. So
Who knows,
let's
maybe
continue.
we'll see those people that we've been following.
That's true.
I still don't believe that he
Maybe.
actually saw anybody.
Well, the snow is kind of covered up tracks now. You can still see the trail through the trees that you're following up. But yeah, it has snowed a lot, like the snow that blew down off the mountains now. While it's not falling as heavily, has
Drifted
made it a little bit harder going. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say, as we're traveling, this last hour or two, we're all actively looking for a place that would be something more than just sit down in the middle of the trail, right? Let's try to find
yeah.
something
Okay.
like a cave with a really shallow back,
You know, something that the creatures
an
screaming.
overhang.
All right. As you're headed up and keeping your eyes open, looking for a place to make camp, Eddie, you start to feel like a little nostalgic for Sully's stew that he used to make. And as you're climbing up, you realize, man, we didn't stop for lunch anywhere. We've been hiking this whole way up, and like, what was in this stew that Eddie just loved? the most?
Cocaine?
Yeah, what was it?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. not the moss.
Nope, not the moss.
It
No,
wasn't
that's all
Kelvin's too.
Kelvin. I saw that. I saw what that did to Kelvin. I'm good.
It's funny you're getting nostalgic for Stu. I imagine Safrina's getting nostalgic for a bed.
Yeah.
Mm,
She's definitely more of a city girl than a
yeah.
trekking through the mountain.
Yeah, it was. She really decked out for the climb or for the.
Oh, she has an
snow.
adventurer's pack,
Okay.
so I mean she's got everything
Alright.
everybody else does.
She's wearing a pirate outfit.
And she also has the torch that's
You
keeping
can
her
be
warm with her
prepared
flames.
to rough it and not like to rough it.
That's true.
Big difference.
All right, anyway, it's really easy just to imagine that bubbling pot of stew and the
That little
hearty
gnome man.
oh that
The old-
aroma
Yeah, the old tree father. He can cook.
and
I'll
with
take your word for it.
every step you take now, that stew, its taste, the warmth, the promise of filling up your belly is starting. It feels like it's almost woven into your very being.
Dying.
Am I turning into a werewolf?
And well, the moon's not up yet.
Okay.
Suddenly the moon peeks up over the mountain. But like your stomach starts
That's why they
to
always
tighten up,
eat things.
Okay.
and that's all you can think about.
Do I have any rations I could like a power bar or something?
Yeah, that would never take the place. It's
Okay.
impossible.
We try to make this do.
So
Sure.
Jack is at the back. So Huggles and Zafrina. Suddenly you see Eddie just take off, just running headlong up the mountain.
Cast slow on him.
Yes.
I can cast hold person and stop him completely.
Sure, do that.
Done.
Okay. He is stopped right at the edge of a cliff. Like another 3 steps, and he would have just
Taking
tumbled
us all
right
off
over.
the cliff.
Yeah.
Why did we stop?
Oh yeah, you guys would have had to start running with me. I'm like dragging you like I'm
Yeah, exactly. So you guys are getting dragged behind. I assumed that you would have misty stepped out or whatever, but
Oh yeah, I would have 100%.
nope, we're not doing this.
I just say, I think Eddie is under some kind of enchantment.
Yeah, I'd cast hold person.
No, I mean before that.
Guys, I'm really hungry. What, do I have any idea why I was running?
No, in fact, you're just still continuing to try and push forward.
Is he willing to talk to us though while he's doing that?
If you'd like to make a pull, you can tell me how you would snap him out of this.
How do we snap him out of it?
Cognitive recalibration.
Like slapping him in the face?
Really hard.
Oh, okay. Let's slap him in the face really hard. All right.
All right.
Oh no.
I will take
Slapping
the slap.
someone in the face while up again at the cliff's edge. This
I'm
seems
preparing
like a bad
Misty
idea. Oh boy.
Oh, you got it.
Looks like we're all right.
All right. All right.
Slap, slap, slap.
Eddie,
That
you suddenly
shake me out of it.
Yeah, you stop. You suddenly look down and realize where you're at.
Oh wow, that sucked. I was really hungry. Oh, I was running. But I guess we should be careful.
I'll play the
Thank you for
bagpipes harder.
stopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
To try and not get people enchanted anymore.
Okay. Are we finding anywhere to stay?
Yeah. So, just as you guys are, as you're coming about and realizing how close you were to death, Jack, you look around and you spot a couple of what at first looks like red eyes staring off at you from the distance. How do you want to go about? How does Jack react to that?
They look like red eyes.
They're glowing red eyes. Sorry, glowing red eyes.
Is there anywhere to hide? Or are we still?
It
on,
looks
the
like they're
cliffside?
looking straight at you guys. You guys are standing right now. You're standing just at where the trail turns, and Eddie just got right up to the edge of where it would have gone over and tumbled down the mountain.
Might as well give him a show.
No. Push Eddie off. I think I would draw. Jack would draw his rapier.
Okay.
And say, guys, I think I see some creatures over there.
Yeah.
And I'll point.
Do we see it?
Yeah. As you guys look up, you can see it as well.
Is there any nearby foliage or anything like that?
Yeah, the eyes are looking at you through the trees.
How far away is my torch from the trees?
Quite a ways.
Okay.
And
If you can distract him, I can sneak around.
Okay.
While we're all tied together.
But
I
that's
can
it. Get out.
You can easily cut the rope. And take it off.
Jack just slices through.
Just to prove a point. Just cut the rope.
Do we try to parlay with this thing or just go ahead and attack it?
I don't know. I've
Try to
never
talk.
been here before. I
You
don't
should-
know.
I don't know what
You
this
guys
is
are
either.
really good at talking. You should try to talk to
I have
it.
dark vision. Can I see it at all?
It's It's not dark. Well, no, it is dark. Sorry, it's nighttime. In your dark vision, it just looks dim, and you can see it again, like just glowing bright light. But it's like through the trees. So you're looking back through yards of brush and trees and stuff like that, and you
And the
see
glow from the eyes would wash out whatever's behind it.
You might be able to see like. But yeah, talk to it. You guys are really good at that.
Are we close enough to be able to be heard by it?
You could shout. It's close enough you could shout at it, you think?
And as soon as they start distracting, yeah, I'm gonna sneak around.
All right. Jack, make a pull to see how quietly you sneak up on it.
All right. Come on, Jack. You're the rogue.
So with my high charisma, I shout out to it. Hello there, gentle person thing, werewolf. How long have you been up here?
I like it.
Do you come around here often? Using all the pickup lines that I read about in one of the 3 books.
Oh,
Back
your
home.
parents gave one of the 3 books. Your parents gave you.
One of those we know that one of the 3 books was one of those pirate romances.
And one was apparently something with werewolves.
Same book?
They're all romances. One's a romance with the werewolf, one's a romance with pirates.
Yes. That's Huggles. I love it.
It's like their
That's why
version
he's
of
a
Beauty and the
bard.
Beast.
Come on, we all know that's why he's a bard.
Yeah.
Because of the romance.
I only read romances.
Jack, as you sneak around, the eyes seem to be following you. But you know that you're being as quiet as possible. As you get close, the eyes, once like just these isolated points of light, start to transform and they spread out just a little bit farther. And as they expand, then all of a sudden the truth becomes clear. These aren't 2 eyes that are glowing. It's 2 campfires that were lit. And you come around the trees from the side and come into this smallish clearing where you see 2 wagons and several tents and these 2 campfires that are still burning, but they burned down to really low
Smoldering.
embers. There's still fire burning, enough that you guys can see it.
Do I see anyone or anything moving alive in the camp?
Yeah, at first glance you're like, oh, I found this camp, and then suddenly you realize that there's something really wrong here. And a lot of what was in the wagons is now like spread out all over the camp. You don't see any movement at all, and a couple of the tents have been torn apart.
While he's gone, I turn to Eddie and I say, you seem to have become under the influence of some kind of effect that wanted to drive you off the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I think with your mentioning illusions and then this very obvious mental effect, I don't know that we have a good way to protect our minds.
Yeah, no, we need to settle down and stop moving around for the time being.
Isn't that what these people did?
You haven't
Oh,
seen
we
the
haven't seen it yet.
campfire
Okay.
Do you
So
have any magic
I'm
that
going-
maybe we could utilize to help?
As soon as I see that it's a campfire, before going in or anything like that, I'm gonna go to where I know they can see me,
Okay.
and then like kind of wave them forward.
All right. The eyeballs are, one of them winks out for a second, and then you can see the outline of Jack lit from behind it as he's
Waving us in? Okay.
waving at you.
I head in.
And the truth becomes clear to you as
Yeah, and
well.
I'll explain what I saw.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything still there or not, so I wanted to get you before I explode.
Now that we're a little more further in, like away from the edge, and I'm assuming they would have picked a more sheltered spot, maybe in a grove of trees.
Correct.
It's probably safe to move without the rope within the campsite.
Correct.
So I'm going to go ahead and untie myself.
I'm already even died.
You cut it off already.
I know.
You're still like, you've got
It's
a
still
belt.
tied though. Like I just hold it up like it's tied.
And just do a quick search, see if we can find anything of value.
Yeah, as soon as everyone else is here, I'll start searching. I just didn't want to do it by myself.
All right. Any or each of you can make a pull to search around the campsite.
I'll try.
Who wants to go first? Yeah. I don't know if it's smart going first.
In this game, it's not a bad idea. Wow, you guys love that left side.
It's because all of them on the right side are like
They've all bound down, yeah.
I might be leaning, so it's putting more pressure on the one side than the other.
Well, let me tell you what you find first, and then you can decide how long you guys want to keep searching around. So Zafrina is looking for valuables.
Just anything of value. That includes
So that draws her over to the wagons probably at first.
yeah,
And
information or gold or just anything of intrinsic or value that would help us get up the mountain. If they have a map, if anything.
yeah.
They're obviously going up with a purpose. I have no idea what that purpose is. But
You find a couple things. You find that, so you head over to the wagons, you find that all the food supplies are gone except for a single barrel of, just a small barrel, not giant barrel, but small barrel of like flour. It's kind of just turned over to its side. Otherwise, all the food's gone. That strikes you as odd.
And still no bodies or anything? Or are there bodies?
And there are no bodies there by the wagons.
considering the weird bear thing, it might not be super unusual. But
since you said you were looking for it specifically, you notice that the place where in a wagon like this they would keep a lockbox of money and stuff is also missing. And finally, you do find some papers that appear to be instructions on directions to Dragon's Keep.
I will bring the papers over to Eddie.
Do the papers say anything about like why they were?
No, it's just general instructions and there are some like warnings on what to watch out for going up the mountain, things like that. Okay. All right, Jack, what are you looking for?
I'll bring the papers over to Eddie.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Like
I don't know if I
these
would
might
search
be
for anything
helpful to
else.
you.
Do they look like they describe something that Eddie's seen before?
It's just interesting that you remember your first trip up here and how you had to keep going and how you had to avoid several different illusory things. This is like giving warnings and things like, don't give up, don't stop, just when you think it's going to be, you're going the wrong way, keep trying, that kind of stuff.
Okay. And can we tell who the orders were given from? Is it a correspondence of some kind?
It's not like it's not like addressed to anybody. It seems like a note, like instructions.
Is it in a handwriting we would recognize? Maybe
Yeah,
the
there you go.
Rangers or anything like that?
Oh, I don't know that you would recognize this handwriting either. No.
I might not, but Eddie might.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something.
It is not. I'll tell you what. It's not in Lady Sylvana's handwriting. You would recognize her handwriting.
I would recognize hers. Okay.
Yeah.
So someone else gave these directions.
Yeah.
And what is it? What language is it written in?
Illithid. No.
I'm out.
Well, okay then.
It'll be a rough night, guys.
It's in common.
It's just in common. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's. I don't know. Would you guys want to try to camp here, or do you think this is cursed based on what we're looking at?
I would like to sleep in a bed.
I think we would be fine, because whatever did this is probably not going to come back. But we can still take watch.
Who else is going to search around before we get onto that? Jack is like,
she
no,
searched
we're
for
good.
everything that I was gonna look
Okay.
for, like why they were there or anything like that.
All right. Who else? Eddie?
And all the valuables gone. So
Yeah,
the two things Jack actually.
And I
cares
did
about.
mention the lock boxes. They look like whatever they were storing like whatever money they had may have been taken as well.
Are there any
So-
horses, or how were they like?
Doubt it was a wild animal.
You do not see any of the horses that would have been used to pull the wagons or oxen or anything that the tracks you saw.
Must be light wagons.
Hand carts.
But these were wagons that were being
Maybe they
pulled.
No, these were wagons that were
Craft
pulled by
Maybe
by
they were
animals.
being pulled
Okay.
by werewolves.
That makes sense.
Does it really though?
Well, I mean, that's why all the food's gone. Well, that's why all the food's gone
You're
because
so convincing.
it was pulled by werewolves, and the werewolves got hungry, like they
just shake-
do, and ate all the food.
I just shake my head. I'm like,
I mean,
Yeah,
it makes
you
sense.
Very
could've
simple
brought this on
explanation
yourself.
to all of this.
In my opinion.
That's
Scooby-Doo.
No, I'm good.
I-
Just
Okay.
camping here.
I do want to look
Yeah.
for one more thing.
All right.
Tracks
Okay. Go
of
ahead.
anything that's not us.
Go ahead and make another pull.
You got this.
Do you want Eddie or
Yeah,
Huggles to
someone
go
else.
first?
Yeah, I mean, we can do it if you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Some of these feel like school group projects where like the one capable person is the one doing all the work.
That happens in
Wait,
D&D all
hold on,
the
who's
time.
the capable one here? Ryan?
Nice.
Oh, I think Zafrina's probably
Zafrina
most-
continues looking around. You guys are scared to death. What are you so afraid of?
What am I so?
Yeah.
What are we each so afraid of?
Yeah.
Spiders.
Zafrina, you find some tracks.
Spider tracks? How would I?
They're really big.
You find some tracks heading uphill to the east. They include large animal hoof prints, blood, and drag marks. Bloody drag marks, and several other human footprints as well. At the edge of the clearing, as you're just getting to the edge, you find a desiccated body just
Oh,
on the edge of the trees.
well, I know what to do with this body.
Speak with dead.
We will cast speak with
I point this out to everyone.
Hey,
What are you doing?
I'm waking up this guy. He's gonna. We need some
You
questions
can
though.
resurrect
You guys.
people now?
No. I just realign his spirit with the body for a little minute, and he can talk to us.
That's
So,
kinda weird.
That's. Well, can you do it?
No.
So it's actually pretty cool, right?
Well,
Just say.
I
All
don't-
right.
All right, so you come up. This body.
Slap him and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's worth living for?" No, that's not. To blade. To blade means to love.
So
It is by desiccated. I mean, it's skin and bones.
Okay, so it's been drained. It looks like.
What's left of the skin has huge pieces missing of it
Okay.
from large bite marks.
So
And it's difficult to make out even if it was male or female.
okay.
It's wrapped up in clothes and stuff, but like just
So
just
the
skin
first question
against
I will say is, how did you die?
He says it was pure darkness. This howling demon just burst into the camp, it dragged me off, and started just sucking out my... It felt like he was ripping out my soul.
sounds really hard.
Can you ask another question?
Did you see any,
How long ago was it, maybe?
How long ago did you see what it looked like?
Let's start with the. How long ago did this occur? How long ago did you die? I should say.
I do not know the day.
I'm guessing it's pretty early though because the fires are still going.
Oh, that's true. That was a really stupid question.
It's alright. We have
We have
a
5,
minute,
right?
though.
3 more.
Yeah, we've got 3 more. So, what else you guys want me to ask?
Did you see what it looked like?
Why did they come?
Oh. Why were you attacked? No,
and
why
why did the merchants? Why were they trying to
yeah.
get to
Oh,
the dragon?
why
I thought you
why
meant
were you
monsters,
guys?
too.
Why were you headed to Dragon's Keep?
He sent us there. That was our... We were to meet with others.
Who is he that you are referencing?
He's the one who speaks to us.
Should I throw it out there?
Is that 4 now?
Oh, yeah, I've got one more.
How many groups are they supposed to meet with?
Okay. How many groups were you supposed to meet with?
Other pilgrims who came before.
Pilgrims, what do they consider themselves pilgrims?
What if this creature is from Lady Zorana? And she's just trying to protect herself from...
Well, it could be that.
I don't know.
So pilgrims, but by pilgrims you would think of the
kind.
dragon pilgrims, actually.
Okay.
The dragon flight, the path of the dragon pilgrims that usually go from
Do the
the
trek,
wall,
yeah.
from the hammer, down to the mountain and back.
Right.
But they don't come up.
This high, yeah.
They don't come up to the dragon's
Typically.
keep.
So does this person have any other? I know you said we couldn't tell what sex they were because they were messed up so bad, right?
After you're looking at him now, you can tell it's a man.
Okay,
about
but
race?
yeah, like where are they from? If I were to guess where this person was from,
Human, and as you
Based
peel
on their
away
accent.
some of the wintry clothing, you can see
A tattoo of
robes.
this is home.
Yeah. You can see robes and things that they would wear down at wow, I just spaced it.
the hammer.
No, at the
Freehold?
mountain. Down at the mountain.
Paul Watch.
Yeah, no, at
The
what is
city,
the name of the mountain? Jeez.
city at the base of the mountain, the town at the base of the mountain.
The Everlasting Peaks.
Yes, at the Everlasting Peaks. What's the
Okay.
name of that city?
I don't know.
Holy cow. I'm a terrible DM.
At least
Anyway,
you call yourself
they're
a
from
DM,
they're from the Everlasting Peaks.
Okay. So they look like they're pilgrims from there, huh? So these people, if they were sent, but he said specifically that they were speaking to what sounded like to be a man or a male presence,
And
right?
they mentioned it spoke to their mind.
Yeah.
Oh, Hopestad.
Hopestad.
Jeez.
That's the name. Yeah. Are there any other dead guys around here?
You see tracks, and you see other people. Things were dragged up this way.
Do you guys want to?
This is the only
do
body
another,
that you
do,
find.
do another one?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
keep going.
it's the only body we found.
Yeah, this is the only body that you
Well,
find.
Oh, okay.
But there's tracks
What other
continuing
questions would we ask? Do you have any other questions?
on.
Because we should probably rest here, and then if we find another body...
We asked all
we'll-
5, right?
Yeah, we did.
Right,
We're just talking about.
But I'm
finding
just
another
saying,
one.
if we found another one, what are questions that we would ask?
So, do we want to? That's the real question. Are we going to stop here and rest, or are we going to follow this trail? With the falling light.
I think horror stories get best at dark. I think we
You're right.
keep going.
Huggles
The
has got a
sun
point.
has gone down.
Yeah, yeah.
According to the romance
the moon
novels
is
I read.
the moon is popping up now, just over the top. You can see a full moon
The werewolves are
coming
out
up and
now, so,
outlining
I mean,
the peaks, the peak of the mountains behind it.
It's totally gonna be werewolves.
I'm
It
good
is now.
I'm good continuing, and I'm also good stopping.
I'm good either way.
I am of the opinion that perhaps maybe here we rest for the night and use some of your communication magic to speak to Lady Savannah
Sure.
and let her know
Let's do ascending right now.
that there's some kind of enemy on the peaks.
Potentially. Okay.
And that it possibly could be demonic in nature.
Okay. So let's
that
send
makes
a
sense.
message to Lady Savannah.
She
Okay.
might have aid or support that she could send.
So,
All right,
Hey!
you head back to the campfires.
yeah, we'll go back.
Sit
to the-
down.
girl.
And I'm gonna cast in.
Okay.
Oh hey.
Hey, we just ran into a bunch of people that have a map to Dragon's Keep that were sent ahead by some bad guys. I think that's about 25.
All right.
I wasn't kidding. So I usually do.
Also, could be a demon around.
You also can get demon around, yeah.
And then I jump in. Probably werewolves.
I don't think she can hear you. I don't think that's how it works, Uncle.
You guys are both shouting like trying to shout into a phone.
And Jack's over here like, that's not how it works, guys. Jack's like, you guys are idiots.
You get no response.
Lady Sylvana's no longer on this plane. Actually, she's supposed to pierce through any plane of existence.
Yeah.
So she just doesn't answer. She must be asleep.
She's busy. She's in a meeting.
She's in a meeting.
Can I take a message?
Well, so what happens in that instance? I know it was delivered, right?
Right. Like
Yep,
you,
so you know it's
you send it
delivered.
off, and actually you hear just a dial tone on the other end.
She just leave me on red, guys. I got nothing else. Just on red. She's not typing back or nothing.
Try
so-
texting.
Do another one. Annoy her.
Annoy her.
That's how it works. That's how you get a girl.
Oh, is Eddie trying to win her over?
No,
I don't know.
no.
I mean, you're the romance expert.
I know. I can help you.
That's why he originally went to that. It's like, oh, here's something I understand. A love affair between a dragon and a mortal.
Hey, this is not a donkey.
True.
All right, are we continuing forward?
Well, as you end
Oh yeah.
as you end your trance,
Mm-hmm.
and have gotten no reply, Huggles, you look. You're trying to figure out what's going on, and you look up and around, and you see on the periphery of this camp this spectral figure, half covered in shadow. It reaches down to that body that you guys were talking to, and with like claws that are made out of what, white birch, and grabs it by the shoulder and brings it up, and you see a head composed of a human skull and stag antlers, and its eyes burning red. It bites down into like rips off some of its jacket, and then bites down into into this body's ribs, and then comes back and is staring at you, and you can see this malevolent grin start to spread,
I blast it.
and it tosses the body, and
I
you
was
just
wrong.
blast it.
Yeah.
Came back.
All right, make a pull.
What are you blasting it with?
With the only real range thing I
Got
have.
you.
Blast.
Oh,
Don't do that.
Jason and I both saw him go. I
know, I was like, don't-
Maybe don't blast it. Anyway, I started blasting.
We run.
So what happened was. Oh,
I think Huggles is gonna die here.
no.
Oh, yes, there we go.
Holy crap!
Man, we really do like that side, don't we? We are not good at this game.
Somewhere, like it's all bent over now. That's gonna bind all those down. Wow.
Oh, it's already binding him.
All right, Eldritch Blast, right?
Yep.
Okay. It zips out from you. You guys see this explosion of green eldritch energy lights up the night and just takes off at the trees. You see it hit it. It washes over it, and you see its full body. It stands 7.5 feet tall, and it straightens up as it gets hit. Its clothing has been mostly is just tatters. Whatever clothing it had is just tatters, and you can see like I said, long claws. Its feet are deer hooves, and its body is just skin and bones. You can see its ribs. And its skin just pulled tight on its ribs. It howls at you, and even from
Is that the howl we heard earlier?
yeah, this high-pitched shrieking howl, and even from as far away as you can, as you are, this blast of foul odor of rot and death just washes over you, almost makes you retch. And then as the light from the Eldritch Blast fades, it's gone, and just this void of shadow there is left.
Hold monster, hold monster, hold monster, hold monster.
All right, you guys all saw it.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I move closer to the fire.
Yeah, so I'll move close to the fire too to try to get to where I can have some vision of some kind, because normally I don't otherwise. darkness. So.
Oh yeah, I have dark vision.
I have dark vision as well. I'm just looking around, just hoping that was the only one, and hoping that it doesn't want to come back.
Okay. It is. How long do you wait for? Are you staying there all night? What do you?
Well, I mean, now that it's out there, Eddie as a human is not going to go into the darkness against something he needs light to fight. So he's going to stay by the fire.
Okay.
I don't know what else the rest of you guys are going to do.
You do have torches and stuff, but
Sure.
Okay. Well, I guess when we could set up your torch again. But
know anything about this creature?
I should have viciously mockeried him instead.
Do I recognize it? Do we know anything about it?
Sam knows.
You know what? Zafrina might.
better antlers on a.
Zafrina or yeah, Zafrina would be the only one that would know anything. If you want to make a pull, we can
Sam knows what it is.
see if
Jack
you
definitely
can
does.
bring it out of your.
I can't go from this one.
1, 2,
this
3.
one, this one,
Yeah, so anything below there. Like I said, not that you usually want to. The lower in the tower you are, the lower your center of gravity that you're working with. So that's where I like to go first. To be honest, though, I've only ever played this game once.
Are you usually the one?
I'm always the
running it?
DM because I always run it.
Technically, wouldn't you be a game master in this one, not a dungeon master?
They call it the host.
The host.
Yeah.
Right.
Seems appropriate.
Yeah. Because he's usually the person
Good
that
job,
invites people
man.
over to his house.
Thanks.
We were really good at this game.
You've got your spell book and your book of notes that you whip out as you're sitting by the fire, and you're like, man, I've seen this before. And you stumble across a hand-drawn sketch of this creature that you copied down from another book.
Have you fought it before?
Nice. And below it you see just, you've labeled it as a Wendigo.
Does it just say run? That's all it says.
It says CR, give some number.
Out of 30.
It's a CR 10, 130
Sorry,
hit
yeah, I
points. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a pretty accurate book you got there.
I keep excellent notes.
It says cursed being, and that it gains its power from a. I'm adapting this for D&D stuff here, but here we go. According to scholars, once a human resorts to cannibalism, particularly during extreme conditions like winter or famine, they can be cursed by a Wendigo spirit. And this transformation is often accompanied by an unquenchable desire for more human flesh.
Oh, well, there's only one human in our party, right?
Oh, that's easy.
We're fine.
I'm half human, I guess.
You scan down quickly to the bottom of the page where you would have written down its weaknesses, and it seems like a very short list.
Of course.
And it says possibly fire ? And it says salt, and then you've scratched that out.
Okay.
And then with 3 question marks after it, you wrote down the word remorse.
All right, well, I shared this information with the group.
Okay. Why did you write down remorse with 3 question marks? That's what I want to know.
Because vicious mockery would really work.
Sometimes with curses, if you can get the cursed to regret whatever it was that led them to be cursed in the first place, like true, real regret, real remorse, it may not necessarily reverse the curse, but it may allow them to pass on to whatever's next for them.
We're assuming the Wendigo is a human that cannibalized someone in a fit of hunger and has now been cursed with this.
According to the information I have and the experiences that I've documented below, that is what I think we are dealing with.
What's regret?
It's when you feel bad about something that you did and you felt that your actions were wrong. Morally speaking.
Like when
Never had that.
when you pickpocket someone and fail.
And feel bad about it.
Yeah, that's regret. When you pickpocket someone and fail, because then you're
When you pickpocket someone and you just feel bad about it, regardless of whether you succeed or fail.
No, I've never had that.
Well, that's
But fail, yes.
well. I
I see
mean,
regret there.
just don't eat any dead people around here, and perhaps we won't have to deal with multiple
People
Wendigos.
taste gross. Why would I do that?
All right.
So, fire. We're killing this thing with fire.
The fires of regret.
Apparently, I've tried salt before. It doesn't work.
So you have fought this thing before.
Well, I had enough practical experience in the past to know salt doesn't work.
Inside check.
And I
don't know.
Well, so my-
pull it
not for that.
right now for insight.
I don't know that. Why would I be
why
best
would you
crit
cross
fail?
out salt? You would never have tried it on this creature before. Maybe like did Sabrina try salt on something else maybe and found out that was bogus? Like what happened there?
maybe I did fight a Wendigo before or something like that, and I just like threw a handful of salt on it.
No, it
nope,
wasn't
didn't work.
It was in a lab. It was in a lab, but that's where you did it.
It's a salt rock.
Or maybe I don't know. Did you hear it from somebody else? Maybe I don't know. It's your journal. You can decide.
We'll say that I never fought a Wendigo before. However, I did take on a job in the Feywild where I was asked to see if I could remove the Wendigo curse from a Wendigo. And I
The
succeeded.
salt circle didn't work.
I succeeded,
Oh.
but not with salt.
Oh. You go just by talking. Well, if you've succeeded before, let's go.
The Wendigos,
Easy.
there's various
Yeah,
people.
we'll leave it to you.
Not everyone is capable of remorse.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. I still don't understand. You guys are cute.
and I just say, besides, it had unintended consequences. And I hold up my hand, and you guys will probably remember, not have remembered this one from when I originally described my character, but her fingertips and like the tips of her hair and stuff are like glow like a fluorescent purple. And I say, it was not all. Yes, like I said, unintended consequences sometimes.
But this thing's not coming any closer to us right now.
You don't see it anymore. It's
We
like
should just
disappeared.
keep the fire up.
All right.
Fire
I start
seems to be
stoking the
working.
fire with like.
I could just keep
Stuff
Eldritch
fine.
blasting out into the darkness.
Do it.
I'll start helping.
You guys are just like,
If we stop hitting on the ground and start going up in the air.
Start doing a light show.
This fireworks show. The village people down at the base of the mountain are excited about this fireworks show that's going on now.
It becomes a tradition.
just to be,
Yes, it's now a holiday.
just to be
that's a
clear,
Jag and Huggle thing. So
this
yeah.
didn't happen as a side effect from the Wendigo curse. It just means that sometimes dealing with things have unintentional consequences.
Okay.
This is a magic
like
we don't
books.
fully understand.
I don't trust books.
Wendigo is not a book.
I don't know. It talks about it in your book.
I'm sure it talks about it in one of Huggle's as well.
Huggle, you have a book?
Oh yeah, I got 3 books back at
Oh,
home.
that's right.
And they're all awesome. You should read them.
I don't know how to read.
Very vivid descriptions. I take.
Is this the first time you've told people that? I think this might
no,
be the first. No,
no,
you admitted
I
it in the first heist, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like in a book, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to read this. it was her spell book, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I gave it to, I think it was Eddie.
This is the first I've heard that you can't read though, because I wasn't there when you
Yeah.
stole the book. I was 1v1ing the boss.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, this is definitely the first time Sophia's heard that.
I was like, you can't read.
So we're by the
I grew up on the
fire.
streets.
We stoked the
Yeah,
fire.
stoking it up, man.
Okay, Eddie's
That's what
stoking the
Eddie's
fire.
Okay.
I
you
go
guys
back to the
you guys
fire.
are shooting stuff out.
Eldritch
into the,
blasting into the darkness.
And what's Jack doing?
The other side, they're all back to back.
We're literally standing back to back, just going in circles, you know, like.
All right.
Like a turret.
Jack, as you were blasting off into the darkness, suddenly you smell something just foul, and you're like, Huggles, come on.
Huggles. Not now.
It wasn't me.
Then you notice that you can't feel Huggles' back against yours anymore.
Huggles?
Can you see anyone?
Do I feel anything?
You're starting to feel a little regret now, are you?
Oh, no. Still don't know what that means.
The scream you hear. How high pitched is Huggles' scream?
I see I went too far. How high pitched? It's pretty high.
I imagine
it's pretty high.
The scream you hear.
Probably higher than Safrina's.
Yeah, I would say like a small girl, human child. Yeah. Like maybe a 9-year-old girl.
comes from the shadows of the edge of the wood directly behind you.
But I was
Okay,
blasting.
I'm
How
gonna-
did that happen?
I'm gonna turn around. Do I see him with my dark vision? Or any, like, form, shape, anything like that?
No, you see the trees like moving. You can see trees moving up, like through the woods, heading up the hill.
So, like, toward the Wendigo?
The Wendigo
Yeah.
is dragging Huggles up the hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, nobody saw it, but except for you. Saw Huggles go that direction.
No,
We all heard
Huggles screaming.
We heard Huggles
Yeah.
screaming.
I'll start. To
Yeah, I mean, I'll
I will
like,
pursue.
I'll turn
The
towards the
second I
fire,
realize it.
grab a stick that's on fire, and rush after.
Okay.
We all go. And I will give my torch to Eddie.
Okay.
I don't
Right.
need this, but I want a weapon that has fire.
Okay.
Who's the fastest of you?
Probably me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Jack, you barreling through the trees, slashing through branches and trying not to get whipped in the face too much. As you come across another clearing, this one is much smaller, and it's probably like you've probably been running for 5 or 6 minutes, so it's a ways up, and you trip over something
Huggles?
canvassy and like your leg gets grabbed by something. Do you want to pull to try and avoid falling down, or are you gonna?
So it,
Take the
it
fall.
feels canvassy?
Yeah, like you stepped on something and it feels like cloth, and it's like grabbing at your leg, wrapping around you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to try to do like acrobatics or
All right,
something.
okay, make it cool. It's interesting because there's a couple ways that the tower can actually get stuck where there's no pulls available, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one is if you always make pulls from the center.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because then at some point you build up just a lattice work that then you can't pull anything. But I think you guys have found another way.
We're pretty creative that way.
I've never seen anybody go all left side like you've done. Yeah, we're talking.
Jenga.
So close! I died.
Alright.
I'll start setting it up.
Yeah, you start fixing it. Okay.
Do you have the box?
Yeah, that's right.
It's way
Yeah, the
easier
box
to
right
put in
there.
a box.
You guys see Jack up ahead of you. He trips over something and pulls it away. And you see sitting close to whatever it is he fell, you see the Wendigo, and it's got Huggles by the throat and is about to like chomp down on it. It sees Jack, and it sees your torch that you're carrying, and screams in fury, and Huggles just chucks you across this little clearing, runs over, grabs Jack and the torch, and throws the torch away, bites down into Jack, and then sees the other two of you coming up and just jumps into the trees and disappears, taking Jack with him.
Am I conscious?
Yeah, like,
I'm blasting.
okay.
So
you start blasting away. You guys now see that, like basically the Wendigo carried you up. You passed out from the smell.
Do Eddie and
then,
did we see what happened to Jack?
You guys
Or we-
are just coming into the clearing, and you see, you spot the shadow of the Wendigo, like you see his torch go out, just as the Wendigo's like bending over him. Huggles will probably see him more clearly enough that you actually see him bite down, just right where his shoulder and his neck meet, and then he leaps off and pulls him off into the woods.
Makes sense. That's solid meat right there.
So I just come up and I say, "Where's Jack?"
Puggles, where's
What did you do?
And I'm just like, Jack's gone, man.
So don't put it on the little. Oh yeah,
He's
that's fine.
gone.
Just pull it out. There you go.
He got eaten.
Wendigoed?
He got Wendigoed, and then the Wendigo took off with him. That way. That's why I'm blasting over there.
Okay,
All
before
right.
you leave though, Jack, so we are in the third act of this. That means we need to pull 3 for every, for the first, yeah, you won't die again. So
3 for every act?
we need to pull 3 for every act we've already done, so that's 6. And then we need to pull 3 for everybody who's died so far. So that's 9 total that I need you to pull. And you guys can all help. Nobody can die from these ones. Anybody wants to get a feel for what the tower state is
So
in now?
be careful with the inside thing, because that locks us up.
Nobody can die, so let's try and pull the hard ones.
What, like the corners? Just pull all the corners from down below. I don't know.
That worked so well before, getting it resting on just one thing with all the weight on the right side. 1,
This one
2.
already seems more precarious than the last one.
Mm-hmm.
That's my contribution.
There's 2.
That's an easy one. Let's leave that there.
How many people have already counting died NPCs?
Yeah, just Jack so far. So we need to pull 9.
Oh, it's 3? You pull 3 every
Yeah,
time someone
3.
dies?
Yeah.
Oh.
Technically, I was supposed to pull 3 at the beginning, but like I said, I don't have a good feel for this tower, so I didn't know how far it would go. And you guys made weird, wacky pulls anyway, so it worked out fine.
5.
But you usually start out, the host will pull 3 for every player you have less than 5.
Careful.
Jesus.
Huggles plays this game a lot differently when his life isn't on the line.
Hold up.
How many is that now? Are you guys counting?
That's
That's 6.
Okay, 3 more.
Let Eddie pull a couple.
He's like, nah, I'm good. Pull that one.
What did you do to the bottom? Jeez.
I don't have to pull anymore, so I don't care.
How many more have to die, Jack, because of you?
Everyone.
Hey, I tried to save Huggles, okay?
It's true.
One more.
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sure enough.
Everyone dies.
All right. All right. The Wendigo has carried off Jack after just you saw like huge just bite right out of his neck.
I'll never take off my pirate uniform again
Yeah.
in honor of Jack.
What
Everyone
you guys
close
find-
to you dies.
This is Huggles' fault. It kind of is, actually.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Everyone's gonna betray you now.
It's a good thing our characters are already not
Hey,
necessarily friends, but
Ghost Jack, stop turning them against me.
You guys can now see what he tripped over and what the Wendigo is sitting next to. It's a tent, a small canvas tent that has its frame half-eaten away by the snow and the wind, and by claw marks. Sorry, half torn apart by claw marks, and the air itself is very heavy here with the weight of memories.
I think this.
You think this is where it started?
I think
This is where they had to go.
I will go ahead and search. There might be something here we can use to end the curse.
Sure.
But I know that Jack's life is
Yes.
also in danger, so we'll make it quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you whip up the courage, make a pull to whip up the courage to search inside the tent.
Question. As I die, can I cast Hellish Rebuke? Or has he, like, bit me? I was too busy trying to put it together to think.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So, I don't know
Yeah.
how you want to do that or anything, but...
We'll pull that into place later.
Because I was either going to do that or shield, but then I'm like, I'm already dead, so...
All right.
What's shield?
As you
It's +5 to your AC.
As you pull apart the tent flaps and start looking, and you notice a couple things. First, you notice that there is a pair of sticks formed into a cross and lashed together into a cross, but it's not planted in the ground. It's just kind of laying on its face there next to the tent.
Does it look like it was of religious nature?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. I know there's no Christians here. But for some
Eddie will
reason,
try
they still use crosses there.
Eddie will try casting Remove Curse on the tent.
Oh, okay. All right.
Does it mean?
It does help to ease your trepidation, Zephrina, and you almost see kind of like glowing in the moonlight. Just as Eddie finishes his spell, the moonlight shines on a book, a journal.
The last one he ever found.
Back in the back. I found another book.
Jack's ready to die.
This is all I'm ever gonna get.
I don't need treasure anymore.
All right, I'll pick it up.
Most of its pages are frozen together, but you're able to kind of peel
A
apart.
little
the last-
control flames will make it easier to pull it all apart.
This is the last entry that you find in the journal. You can read out loud. Go ahead. The font's kind of stupid. I always regret doing like cursive fonts.
As I pen these words, I find my hands trembling with regret and the cold bite of truth. The winds howl like vengeful spirits around us, and an unreasonably early snow blankets the world in a shroud of icy desolation. It is in this unforgiving tempest atop the unforgiving mountain that I acknowledge the choices that have brought me to this precipice of despair. It's been 2 weeks since Henry and I nabbed the party's lockbox and left in the middle of the night. Once our friends, they are now distant memory, obscured by the snowstorm's fury. With each passing moment, the cold gnaws at our bones, a relentless torment that seeps through our layers of regret. I say our, but Henry still holds that we can survive this trivial and brazen, whatever that word is. And
Brazenly.
no, this one.
Oh. Travail.
Travail. And brazenly admits that he would do nothing different given the choice. He refuses to face the truth that he and I are on death's door. And it is now merely a race to see which grisly fate catches us first, starvation or the cold. Henry says he has a plan to survive the storm, never a man to deny the cold truth that stares us right in the face. As the storm rages on, I am filled with a bitter irony. The very wealth I coveted is now a cruel mockery, a treasure worth nothing in the face of impending demise. I pen this final entry not as an act of redemption, for I know that it is far too late for such absolution. No, these words are a testament to the consequences of choices I made in haste and selfishness. As the storm's grip tightens, I can only hope that our fate serves as a cautionary tale for those who follow the same path of folly and destruction. May our names be forgotten, lost in the annals of time, a cautionary whisper against the allure of greed. And as the cold embraces us, I offer my final prayer, that the wagons continue to roll.
Oh, skip that last part.
Signed, Benjamin.
I forgot to edit that last part out.
Oh.
Sorry, this whole thing is a adapted from the story that I wrote is Oregon Trail.
I know that game.
So yeah.
There's
So-
no mention though of rattlesnake bites or
No,
cholera.
there's one of us
I-
old
I
guys.
took out
Scarlet
most of it.
fever.
I took most of that out for tonight.
So do we believe that Wendigo's this Benjamin fellow?
I think it's
We're
the other
thinking
guy. The
it's
other guy
Henry?
said he had a plan to survive it, and it was to eat this guy, I think.
Okay. So you think it's
When you mentioned the lockbox, you glance back where you found the journal, and there indeed is this wood and iron box about
Is
yay
there
big.
a
So
key?
Jack did find some
Can I open it? Is there a key around that low?
Jack could
It's
open
been
it.
already pried open,
Oh.
Is
and
there anything in it?
inside there's a small amount of gold and silver and money.
He didn't die in vain. Good job, Jack.
And is there any bodies around?
They're not.
Dang it. I was hoping I could talk to one of them and say, are you Benjamin? Are you Henry?
I'm Jack.
Oh shoot, there is.
There is a body?
Yeah, I thought, I forgot that I wrote this. Okay. Make a pull. Actually, if you want to find a body, you have to make a pull.
Oh, all right.
That's how it's going to have to go.
All right. I'm going to find a body. I'm making a pull.
Or die trying.
Or did I try? It wasn't sitting on it anyway.
But it could.
Hey, he's not the one that pulled it, so we're has to worry about it.
You dig around in the snow just outside the tent, and you find a single body frozen solid. And
Still look like it's been eaten.
it is missing its left leg, gruesomely sawed off somewhere below the hip.
Okay.
And I just
Just
say,
the
whichever one this is, that means the Wendigo's the other.
Yes.
And we just have to try and...
I'll cast Speak with Dead, and I'll say, what's your name?
Benjamin.
So,
Nailed it!
good instincts, good instincts.
Just as that voice comes out, you hear a howl on the edge of the woods,
Oh, yeah.
right behind you.
So I'm gonna ask him
and it
another
howls
question.
back.
I'm gonna say, was it Henry that did this to you? And what would you say to him if he were right here, right now?
I curse
Come on, Henry, stop! What are you doing?
Nice.
And then, from the edges of the camp, the Wendigo leaps out in just irate, just fury. Its eyes like burning bright, and it leaps at.
And
at the
Eddie's
body.
had this plan.
I was gonna rip it apart. Go,
Okay,
go.
so Eddie's had this plan since he wanted to get close enough to the Wendigo. He's gonna cast Modify Memory.
Modify memory.
On the Wendigo?
And I'm going to implant
A memory of regret?
a memory of regret,
Of
the
remorse.
moment that remorse, the moment that he killed his friend, he killed his companion.
Okay. As you do that, as you turn
I
and
say, Huggles,
begin to
find
cast,
Jack! Go! Into the night!
That's better than the plan I had, which was to throw the coins at the thing.
All right, you turn and are about to cast, opening and starting to gesture, when suddenly this overwhelming stench comes over you, and you're grabbed from behind,
Okay.
and you see what once was Jack lifting Eddie up into the air.
Found him.
Darth Vader style.
Immolation.
Darth Vader and Emperor
Immolation
style.
on Jack.
All right, so what are we doing? Immolation on Jack. Eddie, you can't.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay,
I keep
keep
my
trying.
do the
Okay.
plan until somebody's.
What's immolation?
It's
trying to burn you alive.
It's not.
What about remove curse? What about helping Jack?
We're skipping.
I don't
right
have
to-
that spell.
We're skipping
And I'm
right to
casting a
funeral
more point
pyre.
spell.
Can I do hold monster on him?
Hold monster would also be useful too.
Okay, I'm gonna hold monster him.
On
Instead of
Wendigo
killing
or
him.
on Jack.
On
At least Huggles
on
likes
Jack.
me.
Okay.
Because I think the remorse is gonna take care of
Okay.
Wendigo.
At least Huggles likes me.
Immolation won't kill him. I think.
But now
There
he
was a
can't
question
roll
mark
around on the
after
ground
fire.
and burn it out either.
You guys just killed me. Good job.
You were already dead.
You must understand.
Jack never dies.
Kill is such a strong word.
Jack will be
that one's
forever.
One handle.
He's gonna become the big bad.
That's the bad part, because you can't stabilize the tower.
No, you can't.
Don't fight. Yeah,
That was
nice.
clutch.
All right, you hear a scream that sounds half Jack, half wild.
And I just say,
Beast.
see, he's fine. Jack's going to be just fine.
For Huggle's mom. Nobody said it. You hear Jack's whisper.
I just with immolation, and I'm like, Jack, no, get back.
This is all so precarious.
I'm gonna attack Serafina now.
I don't think there's any options. Oh man,
Right
I
there.
can't do that
What?
one.
Yeah.
No, it's back. This is
You wanna double weight
a
that
Jack
side?
story.
Hey, mine wasn't that bad.
but like it was super loose on one side, but not
Oh,
so
that's fair.
loose on the other.
Just take out the one that's like already half out.
Yeah, that's. I'm getting shaky here, you guys.
Push it from the middle. See if it's loose before you pull it out.
I don't know if you can get his finger in there.
Yeah, no, it's. I don't know. Oh, maybe.
It's interesting how this happens. This is a common thing where the second time you build the tower, things are packed a little bit tighter for some reason.
I don't know, maybe I packed
Okay.
it a little tighter.
Huggles you.
Out of
No, like
spite.
I promise. Like the first time you build a tower, it seems like there's a whole lot of loose ones, and then for whatever reason, maybe it's because we pulled 9, but that's
I
not
was
that many.
thinking-
Well, yeah, I mean, it is, though, because then, I mean...
That's 9 rolls.
Yeah.
9 rolls.
9
right?
turns, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but the second time's always precarious. I've had it fall in a 3-hour game. I've had it fall 4 times.
Oh wow.
Like we had 6 players and only 2 survived at the end. Yeah, it was pretty. That was the space one. It was a good one. Okay, Huggles, you cast Hold Person, and which releases Eddie, and you scramble away from the human torch.
That is now
That is now
Jack.
Jack.
It's 8d6.
Does he have horns and stuff? Like, is he like fully?
Yeah, you can see stag horns started growing out of his skull.
Jack isn't going to feel regret or remorse.
That's true. We already talked about this.
I can't modify his memory and create an entire personality that he doesn't have.
All right,
It's
the
in
Wendigo.
regular D&D, it would be 8d6 fire damage, and you take an additional 46 every turn until it stops or you die.
I'm not in control of Jack
Not
anymore.
Jack's-
No,
So-
I'm just letting you know what it does.
Yeah, it's fine.
The Wendigo's leaping at you just as you're finishing your spell. Go ahead and make a pull.
Yeah. So one of two things. I'm either going to make it way easier for you two, or I'm going to hopefully...
Well, you'd have to do it. You'd have to knock it over purposely for the heroic thing, right?
Careful.
Yes.
Watch your hand. Yeah, if Jack dies, I'll just make a frontliner. It's okay.
Our character does permanent this session. We'll see. Potentially.
I'm gonna say it depends on this right here.
Oh, careful.
Look at those steady
He's gotta
hands.
place it. He's gotta place it.
I saw the shaking there at the end.
All right. What's the memory that you give to Henry?
I give the memory to Henry
Just
that
deep
just all of a
remorse.
sudden the voice of Ben, his friend, brought him back to a memory of regret right as he was finishing the killing blow on his
Regret
friend
to the
Henry.
point of deep and sincere remorse.
Yes,
All right.
regret to the point of deep sincere
You
remorse.
can see, almost like you're looking through his eyes, you can see him sneaking up behind Benjamin, and this memory where it was that he quickly shoved a knife into his back. Now instead, just as he's about to strike, Benjamin looks back and looks him in the eyes, and that freezes him there for just a moment. The Wendigo howls again and falls down to his knees, shrieking in pain, and then looking down at Benjamin's body. And you can see it almost like softly like reaching out to him, and its long claws just kind of just caress his face gently, and as they do, the bark that's on them starts to flake off, and you can see almost you can see a human hand start to form out of them. The Wendigo shrinks down until it's just this man in tattered clothing, just weeping now.
And at that point,
openly.
I'll end concentration on immolation, so he'll hopefully only take the first 86 and maybe a little bit after. Hopefully not enough to kill him.
And as the tears start
And
to fall...
I'll go and start comforting
Okay.
Benjamin.
As the tears start to fall, you see that he finally succumbs to his hunger, and he falls over, just across the body of his friends, just wasted away.
Is he still a monster?
He's burnt up pretty bad. Jack, you come to, and your whole back feels like it's been shaved off.
But he's not a monster anymore.
No, you see the antlers fall off of his head.
I'll give him a good attaboy, cure wounds.
A backstabber.
I do mass.
I know who did that.
Knock it off.
It's the mace of cure wounds.
That was my favorite one.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and Jack is unconscious for a long time, but finally, when he finally comes to, you've got him doctored up and whatnot, and there you have it. You've turned the Wendigo back into its human form, and the night is now quiet. Up ahead of you.
Werewolves.
Up ahead of you, just behind the moon, you can now see the peaks of Dragon's Keep.
Oh,
We'll go there and get a good
Illuminated
night's
by
rest.
yes. We will limp there, carrying. Oh no, he died. I forgot.
You're carrying Jack.
There's some gold, though. We got some
A
gold.
little bit of gold, sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you got about
cursed.
100 gold. 100 cursed gold.
100.
Oh. Remove curse.
You already did that.
Let's see what the curse
That was
does.
down at the wagons. I did. Oh
No,
no,
that was
I did it
here,
on
that was
the
here.
tent.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's figure out what the curse does.
Yeah, maybe we can use it to our advantage.
It was happening to you. You know better than anybody.
Yeah, we could give this to some people. Right?
All right. And you head on up to Dragon's Keep, and we'll end there tonight.
Totally, going to act like I'm a lot more hurt than I am. And I'm going to have
You
these
gotta
guys
milk it.
carry me.
And
I'll have Huggles carry you because it was his fault you got hurt in the first place.
Speak with Dead one more time to give Benjamin some
Okay.
some words of encouragement on his way to the second afterlife. And tell
Henry
him
or Benjamin?
whoever it was a bad guy.
Henry.
The
Oh,
bad
Henry,
guy.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And tell him to seek Timora in the afterlife.
And
Send
get
him
professional help.
Yeah. I did. I mean, come on. Can you imagine being a therapist with modified memory? That stuff never happened. You're good. See you.
Best
Wait, some
therapist
cured.
And that's how you keep them coming back, too.
Yeah.
That's how you keep them coming back.
Oh, we're dealing with some repressed memories.
That's something Jack would do.
Hypnotherapist. Eddie's now a hypnotherapist.
Yeah, that's right.
So why aren't we charging people for this? This is another way to
Oh,
make
we just got like 100 gold.
That was great.
So that's
Ryan.
Dread.
was awesome.
Thank you.
That's Dread. Yeah, like
And
I
I was
said,
shaking really hard.
We saw.
Yeah, so what's it like pulling from the tower? So describe it.
It starts off easy, gets much harder, but this one I think was much tighter. Like there wasn't as many like when we went
You're
up.
right. I wonder what's going on.
When we
with
went
that.
up to
Nerves, maybe.
no, like when we went up to do the first 6 pulls, like to get it ready for
Yeah, it was
the
tighter
next phase of the
there
game.
already.
It was already like really settled.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
That's weird. I think it's cursed. Like my wife's character
Try it,
died.
Huggles.
Look,
Just
on
2
this one.
pulls.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were actually the easiest ones.
That one I pulled off the bottom was no problem at all.
Yep. Same with me.
You know, in
Are there any other loose ones?
as near as I can tell, so these are all wood, right?
Uh-huh.
So they're kind of rounded over, and I think if you get them where the rounded sides
Nice.
are like alternating enough, that's where you get stuff where there's a little bit of leeway, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes you just get bad luck where
I wonder if it's just the way it
super
gets
flat.
restacked or
That's all
something, and
random.
there's too much surface area touching and not enough of the ridges.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right. The grain of the wood
It
can
sets
actually
in
create space
Mhm.
and can also create drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what'd you think? What'd you think, Sam?
Oh, it was fun. Like
You were the one
whenever,
that had the tower fall.
yeah, whenever it fell though, like it was already loose. Like I thought I had it, and then I pulled the last little bit, and it just
Caught.
yeah,
Yeah, it just held.
it must have caught
all
the
2
last
fingers.
little grain.
You cheated, Bryce. 2 hands.
I'm just checking to see what's loose.
So the
now.
one time I played, if you're, I created a scenario where there's multiple storytellers. This one's fun. It's Ghostbusters themed.
Oh, okay.
But here's the deal: is
Yeah,
that
you're doing wrong. You can't go 3.
you are
That's 1, 2. Oh, that is 3.
You can't put it back now.
Yeah, you go back.
Just put it.
You don't
aside.
think so?
You try.
Now I have to try.
This one is you're meeting together like after you're retired, and you're like at this bar and telling stories about your favorite adventures together. And everybody gets a turn to like be the storyteller,
Oh,
be the
that's kinda
host
fun.
for their adventure, for their memory, right?
Uh-huh.
But what happens is that if somebody dies during that adventure, then when you cut back to the scene
They're
at the
not there
bar,
anymore.
you realize that
They're not
they've
there.
never been there the whole time. And so instead we just light a candle for that person. So it's like military people getting together and serving a drink for their buddy that
they
was
always
lost.
put it out. Uh-huh.
Right?
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That was scary.
And by the end, like 2 people died in that one, and so it wasn't as but I was one of them.
The one time you played.
Yeah, that's the only time I've actually had to pull in anger
Yeah.
from the tower.
Like the first few that we pulled, super easy. And then yeah, once we rebuilt the tower, it definitely seemed tighter.
There were a few more, but it took some poking around to find them.
Yeah.
There's actually kind of a magic number. It's somewhere between 25 and 29 pulls is where you can't find any more.
Oh, really?
Just go down, yeah.
Oh.
But around 25 pulls, when I'm keeping track, I wasn't really keeping track this time because I didn't plan on completely killing your characters.
Well, but
But,
because well, how many layers is it normally? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I forget.
I guess you could try.
You could have killed off
Yeah.
my character. I would have just made another one. I love Jack, but
So anyway, it's a
learned
lot of
not
fun.
to
You would have made a
Uh,
sparrow.
yeah,
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
exactly. I
it's-
would have learned not to get it. I'd learned not to.
Oh, there
get
you go.
attached to
So-
characters.
No, turn it the other way because it's got that block.
Oh,
Turn it
yeah.
upside down.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
And then go to the top of that block.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's
This
1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've done 6 more layers
Mm-hmm.
since then. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 2, so 20. So there, you could probably find a few more in there still. But then around 25 or 26, it's like, that's it. There's nothing else. So I try and pace it to where a couple people will die because
Hey, you did good.
it's fun and adventures.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a horror story, so
And consequences.
yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, no, you did
consequences.
really good. That was awesome.
So
I thought the tower was going to go down on my pool.
it's scary,
I
huh?
wasn't very confident either. That's why I was going to poke around. If I didn't find anything, I was just going to bat it over and say, "Good luck, guys."
Jack dies.
Well, we needed your, like we found everything we needed, but you
Yeah.
had a good delivery mechanism
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that
yeah.
on that.
Yeah, how was the story on that one? That was
great.
the first
That
time
was
that I've play tested it with anybody. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good story.
it was
Whenever
good.
you started doing it, I like love myths and legends and stuff. I kind of already knew what a Wendigo, like what it was. So.
Oh yeah,
but
because
I thought it was awesome.
Isn't the Wendigo the thing that's in the show? It's a movie. It's a Swedish movie, and I can't remember that. And it is really good.
Well, they have
The
legends of
Ritual.
Wendigos.
The Ritual. Have you guys seen that?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. I gotta look it up. 'cause I don't
Wendigo legends go back a long
Yeah, a
time.
long time.
Yeah, so it's indigenous northeastern Canadian, and I'm going to mispronounce the name of the peoples, but I put it in there's a whole history part. There's 2 pages of history in the adventure. In the
Some
scenario.
people think that the Donner Party actually caught a few
Yeah.
Wendigos.
Yeah, and that's kind of where this all comes from.
So.
But I like that you picked that you were like werewolves because
Oh,
werewolves
yeah,
was
no,
the
I did
original
watch- we
idea.
did watch this one.
And I'm like,
started
no,
in
werewolves
the
overdone.
stuff.
I'm
Dude,
like,
this
ooh,
is
like
so
Wendigo.
good.
That might be
Dude,
fun.
and the Wendigo, they do such, and the
Yeah.
suspense in it, they do such a great job. Yeah, it's called The Ritual. If you like horror movies
Yeah,
at all,
I'll check it out.
When did it come out?
Horror movies.
2017.
It's a Netflix
Oh, it's
original.
pretty recent, huh?
Yeah, it's the story of this group of friends that go backpacking and then they go to take a shortcut. Yeah, and it gets
Pretty recent.
It's great.
Almost 7 years ago.
That's good. I'll have to,
I mean, hey,
check that
for
out.
an old guy like me,
Well, I'm in the same boat. Like
I was
that's
just
recent
talking-
to me,
yeah.
and I'm like, but wait a minute, it's not really recent.
recent, yeah.
As
Yeah,
opposed
yeah.
to like the first Ghostbusters.
Or
Yeah.
another movie that I read that seems like it was just produced, The Lord of the Rings. I mean,
Yeah.
20 years old.
I'll go watch that because I do like to put like
Or like The Ring.
references that the Ring. My wife and I saw
Ring
that
is
when we
great.
were like first married-ish.
Yeah, and it's I think of it like, oh yeah, that came out a couple of Octobers ago, but it's like no, it's like 20 years old.
I love horror movies.
So
Horror
great.
movies are the
You ever
best.
watch Evil Dead?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the newest
new one?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, dude.
Is it good?
So good.
Oh.
Isn't it a TV series or something?
No, it's
No.
it's a prequel to the Evil Dead. It shows you how the girl gets possessed.
Okay.
It's actually pretty cool.
With the Necronomicon.
I can't handle the horrors.
No?
I love horror movies
I
so
semi
much.
watched a horror movie with my friend once,
Yeah?
Michael Porter, and like for the next like 6 months, I had a hard time driving at night.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I would like see something in the back. I'm like, oh no, it's getting me.
I really like horror movies, but I also like I'm more judgmental about horror movies
Yes.
than I am any other genre.
Yep.
Because like I'm like, this one's just dumb.
I can't watch slasher movies. Slasher movies irritate
Yeah,
me.
well, when you're talking like Friday the 13th.
So I watched one that came out, maybe it was last year? It was Smile. Do you guys remember the advertisements?
Oh,
for
yes.
that?
Yes.
And
yes.
I was just like, oh, this would have been so much better if they never would have shown the monster. It's
Well,
like, well,
one thing
now
I've
it's just
learned, too-
boring and played like now it's just boring.
One thing I've learned, people don't know how to end movies. Especially horror movies.
Yeah.
All the horror movies I've watched have like terrible endings. Great up until the last
See,
little
and
bit.
I'm
and then it's just
I'm watching it for the special effects. That's what a lot, because like Hellraiser 2, the mattress scene, dude, you can't get better practical effects than that crap. It is so good. It is so good.
Did I see the second? I don't think I saw the second one. I saw one of them, and it wasn't the first one.
There's
I think it was the second one.
when
I don't remember.
they bring him, his life kind of re-enters his body, and he's regrowing it, but he has to kill people. It's kind of like a Voldemort and the trying to get the unicorn. Like
The one I saw, there was like a big
full of
office
power.
tower. It was like big businessy kind of.
That would have been one. Hellraiser
Okay.
one.
Oh, that was the
a
first
horror
one.
movie I
Oh.
really liked was I think it was
do we want to end the stream?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can end this stream.
And then we can continue talking.
Let's just keep talking horror movies.
I think it was 1408. I thought was pretty good.
14, that was the
That's a
Stephen
good
King
I
one.
need to
That
put that
book
one.
is
I need
good
to put
too.
that one in then.
That's
'cause I've
based
not
off
seen that one.
Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should read the
Pretty
book
good.
too, Mark.
I love Stephen King.
Because it's one of those. It's one of those where it's got good build, good execution.
This one.
Yeah, it's John
Yeah.
Cusack.
Yeah, and
Oh,
and
I
it's
saw what it was, but yeah.
and so
That's the
like a
one.
lot of these weird like.
All of these are movie tabs.
Yeah,
I
I know.
just
I do.
open it and put it there, and then when I watch them, I just X them out. So then I want to look at
That one was a good one, and then there was this one recently.
1408 was really good though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one.
There's another one that I'm trying to
Recently,
find.
it was
it's
with
called
a-
Skinamarink. Have you
It was
heard?
with a
Pull it up, I
nun
know.
who was doing
Here's the.
exorcisms,
Is
or
it just the nun?
It's
Nun.
no, it's not the nun.
That's a good one.
I haven't
no,
seen it.
It's a similar vein of like the Pope's Exorcist, which
here's the
is
trailer.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. She's not really a nun, but she's like a nurse in it, and it's a child.
well,
That she's
she's a
exorcising?
nun and she's trying to get the demon out of a child.
Okay,
Okay.
I know which one. I can't remember.
But I can't remember the
name.
name of it. It's
I watched that one too.
I don't know
Alright,
if
well,
I'll be able to
happy
pull it
Halloween,
down.
everybody. Hope
Yeah.
you have a good, scary
Watch some
Halloween.
horror movies that we recommend.
Watch some good
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
1408 is really good.
yeah,
Check
the
that one
Devil's
out.
something. I can't remember what it's called.
Or
And,
if you're a
play some
sensitive
Dread.
scaredy cat,
Go
don't.
check out Dread. You can buy Dread on Drive Through RPG. My scenarios are up there as pay what you want. They're free if you want them for free. But check it out. There's some good scenarios that come with the book too. You can buy the PDF. You can also find it. It's open source, so you can find it different places too.
Pray for the
Really
dog,
great.
that's what it is.
Yes, that one's really good.
So yeah, join us, and we'll see you next time. We'll be playing D&D again next time.
Bye.
Yes. See you then. All right, bye everybody.
See ya.